And we're live. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude. Welcome to First Sip. Welcome to First Sip. We've been doing this, my co host and I, Freddie Blanton, who sits in that square right next to me. We've been doing that for quite some time now. I think it's 457 days in a row, starting the day out with positive energy, with great people, with conversation, and with coffee. And I think I'm going to go ahead and have my very first sip right now while we wait on Mr. Fred and everybody else to get on the bus. It's just the dude today. One more. I got to really be on my game today. Oh, that's good. That's good. And I've been waiting to have that first sip because it's that first sip of coffee. It's the discipline, just that little extra little bit of discipline, get that caffeine. And at the same time, I get to see great people. And it's a great combo. Good morning, Gary. Great to see Gary coming in from Dallas area.
Okay,
Great
hey,
to
thank you, buddy. Hey, your
get to
mama know
know
I said
people.
hey.
I hear Freddie coming. I hear him coming. That's good news. There he is. Hey, I tell you what, I don't want to have to say this. I'm going to stop the show and I'm going to say this.
Let's hear it.
I missed you in the beginning.
I believe it.
My
Because
energy was down. You
still
know,
is.
in life, it takes a little bit of dunk, 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 dunk. You know, it's like a tennis match. It's a good conversation,
It's like
and
a pickleball
sometimes it's
match.
good to miss your co-host. But
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you here.
Has
Uh,
anybody said, thank God it's Monday? Yeah.
you need somebody to put their hands in the air. I did have a little. It was a very quiet cup of coffee, Freddie. So thank you.
It was a sip.
Uh,
Did you have your first sip?
I did have my first sip of
Little
coffee.
Daddy had his first sip on Monday.
Yeah, first sip of coffee on Monday, and I've got you turned up in my headphones so I can see you or hear
You
you
got on
real good.
headphones?
I kind of pretend that I do. Hey, look,
Okay.
there's Joe. Good morning, Joe. Great to see Joe. I love his energy. I love the fact that he's disciplined. He gets up, he does his workout. Hey, what's going on? You good?
Huh?
Are you
What happened?
good? I don't know. I saw
Yeah,
you patting
man,
your.
I'm all right. I've been at it so long. I was already, whew.
You're, you're
Don't you
already.
have one of these? Don't you have
Oh,
one of these right there about all the time?
my hands get sweaty. I get excited. I've got coffee and I've got people, and my nervous system gets on edge, Fred.
Okay.
Everywhere I go, there I am. Self-aware individual. We're talking about self-awareness today. We're going to get our minds
Are
right
we?
by
Let's
knowing our
do that.
mind. Yeah. Hey, good morning, George. Let's get the bus rolling.
Let's do
Amen,
this.
brother. Uh, hey, Vicky Watts. I love the new profile picture. Looks great, Vicky. Happy Monday, first sip, friends. Hey, I think that's everybody. Here's a Henry Ford quote. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Man, way to
I
go,
like
Joe.
that. I
Henry
like
Ford.
that. Hey, open one eye and you got a problem, open the other one and it goes away, right? Different ways of looking at things. Hey, Freddie, he says, Freddie is your zine, is the zine to your zane. You like that? Do you want to be the zane or the zine?
I'm definitely the Zing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I'll take the Zang. I think Zang is cooler, so I'll take that. I've got a golf tournament today. Aaron Jacobitz is my team captain. We've got a shot, Jacobitz. I want to know
Do
who
y'all need
we
a really good D player today?
who's the best D player in the upstate of South Carolina.
It's me.
Hey, I'll hit a putt. I'll hit a putt. Hey, thinking about how we are perceived is the first step in creating positive self-awareness. Man, that's self-awareness. It is such a big deal. Uh, hey, and Joe, happy birthday, so that we don't say it. Big deal, Joe. Keep cranking, baby. I love it. I want to just
Pickle.
this
He's
quick.
got a pickleball tournament on his birthday.
I've got a couple of questions. It's all about self-awareness. I'm super curious. My first question for Fred and everybody on the bus, are you self-aware?
A lot of the time, yes. Yeah.
And part B to that same question, so we don't have too many, what is self-awareness? What is self-awareness?
I think it's when you are aware of how you're feeling, how you may apply certain feelings at certain times. Are you running a little emotional at times when maybe you shouldn't or you should? How are you observing your flaws or strengths on certain days? There's a lot to being self aware.
Hey, let me ask you something. When you're officiating basketball and someone does something, they commit a violation. Sometimes are they unaware that they're committing the violation?
Yes, and 99% of the time, even though they are aware, they still act like they didn't do it.
They don't want to, but yeah, that's right. So if it's the truth is hurting, and it's your perspective and it's their perspective, but that kind of gets into something else. But this is kind of what we're talking about, right? Very often that's how it happens. Somebody blows the whistle, metaphorically, which something happens in our environment that triggers a response, and that response, hey, what do you respect in a player when you call a foul on him? What do you think? He disagrees with you. What's a respectable way to disagree with a call in the middle of the game? Is there a way?
Ooh, a respectable way to disagree.
Yeah.
Maybe just a good call. I didn't see it that way.
Yeah. But something over the top, and then you start looking for another violation. It's going to impact that player's game. If he's talking to the official more than he's playing his game, defending his position, that's not a good thing. Let's see what folks
Is there something that triggered a response from you over the weekend?
I will share a little story. I told that story about getting accused and not liking getting accused by someone. You remember that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And the story came up because I was trying to be aware of a situation where I didn't think that someone who I go to this place very often, I didn't think they gave me all my change back. And I had gone back in and I said, hey, you didn't give me. Now, I thought I was right, Fred. I blew the whistle and I thought I was right. I went in and I said, hey, you didn't give me the right change. And I thinking back to it, I went in with that attitude. It was already like, hey, it's either in that drawer or there's a problem, you know? And that's accusing someone essentially, right? But I didn't think about it in that moment. I just thought, hey, he didn't give me all my money back. I want my money, right? I went in, I said something. He said, no, I gave it all to you. And I said, no, you didn't. You gave me. And then it hit me like my miscalculation hit me. I meant, oh my God, I felt terrible. And I left. But now before I left, he had a comment for me before I left. And the comment got a rise out of me too.
What was the comment?
It essentially just shut up and get out of here.
But what was his exact words?
Shut up, get out of here. His exact words were get out of here. And I thought about that. Hey, I can't, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So this is how I did not like that. I'm the kind of person that does not like these sorts of things happening. And I thought, why in the world did he respond that way? And I said, well, Daniel, how did you respond when that lady thought that you had stolen something? That's what brought that story back up into my mind. And I mentioned that because to me, that's what self-awareness is. I went in and I thought I was right and I said something. And I think that maybe even my tone was probably accusing, right? And
I can only imagine.
And so when he fired back, when I realized it, and then I went in to apologize, and he's like, "No, actually, I'm good." Right? That's really what the situation is. Like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. Get out of here." Well, I knew that I was going to see this person, and very likely again. And I called before I walked in. I called and I said, "Hey, I thought you might be working, and before we have an awkward moment, I wanted to talk about this." And we had a 5-minute conversation where we both felt so much better about the situation. I mean, it was bothering me, right? Because I realized that I had fallen into the same trap and I wasn't showing self-awareness. And so, yes, very often the things that come up here are reflections of what's going on in my mind. But what I can say is through years of personal development, what we're really working on, and the only thing that AI does not know, it doesn't know us. It doesn't know our lived experience. We are responsible to know ourselves. What do you
Well said,
think?
Danny. Well said.
Hey, oxymoron of the day. Good D player. I agree. It's
Hey,
Joe.
when a D player can get you about 5 to 7 shots, come on, man.
I know it. Hey, if you're making putts and doing, I love being the D player, right? You just get in there and anything you give is extra, kind of. So, I'm only self-aware when things go sideways. Hey, Henry Ford also said, whatever you think you can or can't do, either way, you're right. You agree with that?
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Hey, what about this one? This is a question that came up in my mind. Just if somebody asked you, "Hey, Freddie, are you winning or losing?" What goes through your mind when you see that question? Are you winning or are you losing?
Yeah. I'm winning. Oh, I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm winning.
That's right. Well, here's what goes through my mind. Somebody asked me, "Are you winning or are you losing?" And really, everybody's kind of playing their own game. If we're not playing our own game, there's a problem. We're playing someone else's game. So we defined the terms for Freddie Blanton, for Daniel Allison, for Vicky Watts, for Joe, for Gary, for DJ, for everybody that gets on this bus, every human, we decide what game we're playing and what is a win for us. Because everybody's playing a different game. So if we say what's winning or losing, first we got to define our game. You remember Jimmy V was talking about how you win the day? He said you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, you do a little bit of this, and you've won the day. And so I think about winning and losing like that. What are you thinking, Freddie Blanton?
No, it is different for everybody, So today you asked me, okay, what are you winning or losing? I was at the workout at 4:55, ready for 5 o'clock. I
That's
got
right.
some cold water in. The bed was made. I got my clothes for the dry cleaners. I got breakfast, lunch, snack
Yes,
here with me.
that's right. And so I kind of I knew what your answer would be because we talk about this. And for me, and you think, well, what is that? Who cares if Freddie got his stuff together for lunch? That's not winning. I want something that we can all compare to and say, yeah, that's kind of my point here. When I feel good is when I'm winning. And when I'm winning is when I'm doing the things that I know that I should do to have the kind of life that I want.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and that means that we're taking care of our biology. That means that we are self-aware, so we can laugh at ourselves and not be too serious, so that we can learn from others, right?
Yeah,
And
and
so
sometimes it is to create a winning environment. Sometimes it is taking care of the small task every day to put you in a position to go hard on the bigger task. That way you don't have to
absolutely,
use energy or thinking or anything on the small stuff. It's there. It's done.
I'm doing it, but I am starting to create an atmosphere, an energy, an environment, a persona of winning. And so then if I'm feeling good about all the other things in my life, and now I pick up the phone, business is just a continuation of that same momentum, that same momentum. Let's see what Paul Pappy says. I'm sure there's some great things here. A win is characterized by integrity, talent, knowledge, wisdom, empathy, and connection. Relationships grow and benefit from all of the above. Amen. If you're connecting with human beings, if you're learning from human beings, you're winning. Hey, Joe says, my wife calls me a winner, but it is the way that she says it that worries me. She says, you are a winner. You're a winner. Yeah. So, hey, if your wife's telling you you're a winner, then that's a good thing, Joe. After all these years and all those kids, do you hear that you're a winner when you go home, Freddie?
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I
I
got
like that.
yeah, Lindsay's legit, man. She
She
yeah,
keeps you.
she's good. Yeah.
And now that's a great wife. Amen for that. And I'm glad. And it doesn't surprise me that she is like that, because if you can't pull for each other in relationships, who's going to pull for you?
Yeah,
Uh,
really.
Freddie shows that discipline and organization, absolutely, he does. Wins should be collaborative,
Come on.
absolutely. Hey, I'm going to leave y'all with one of my favorite quotes. If we talk about how do we become more self-aware, and this is one that I read many years ago, and I've really tried to put it into practice. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding about ourselves. When we can create proximity to those things, that those people, places, and things that get a rise out of us, that throw us off a little bit, so that's the gold. That's where growth comes from. If the system just keeps running exactly like it's supposed to, nothing changes. When there's things to learn underneath those rocks that irritate us. That's what I'll say.
Absolutely. Today, be aware when you get a little irritated. Think about what caused it and why do I feel this way?
Absolutely. And choose differently. And then choose to come meet Ramona Patterson with Fred and the Dude. It's going to be a good one tomorrow, live, 7:55. Be here. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.